Okay.
No.
All right, let's see. We're live. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We are live with World War II veteran Al Bucci here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Al.
My name is Al Bucci. I'm glad to be here. It's really a pleasure, and I appreciate what you guys are going through. And let's hope for the best. It works out for me and you and everyone else.
Oh, don't you worry, sir. It'll always work out. Don't you worry about that at all.
Defense crew, we can't lose.
That's right. That's right. With the best defense, because you always have the best defense for sure. Right. Al, how you doing, buddy? How you holding up during the coronavirus? I know it's been tough for so many of us. You were going to go on program with us this past year, but unfortunately got canceled due to COVID. How you holding up?
I'm holding up real good. I'm just staying away from people and wearing my mask and staying home most of the time. And, I'm paying the orders. Just like in the service, I'm paying the orders.
Yeah, right. I got it. The problem is that the orders keep changing, unfortunately. But whatever they are, just like in the military, right? You just got to go with the flow and change as they change, you know? One day they're open, one day they're closed.
Yeah.
That's why you got AWL.
There you go, for sure. Yeah. So I know now for seniors over 65, they're receiving the COVID vaccine. Have you received yours? Or you plan on getting yours?
I've gotten one shot January the 13th, and I get my second shot February the 3rd.
Oh, wow.
I have the appointment.
Oh, great.
Through the VA.
Great. Oh, awesome. So the VA is out there vaccinating our veterans, right?
Right.
That's good.
Oh, that's wonderful. So how do you feel about that, knowing that you're going to get your second shot to be immune to the coronavirus, and then you can, resume your life once again?
Well, the thing is, you and I know that when you get a vaccine, usually anything and everything happens for the best. But in this case, we hope that it lasts more than a year, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, it's something that's hopeful for sure, because it's been such an incredible and tough year for so many of us. And this is some light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, I'm excited because I know I have a lot of guys like yourself and many other veterans that are just chomping at the bit to get out their house, get active, and live their life, and be able to go back to their battlefields and with their brothers and sisters to, it's just important. And I know everyone's kind of just chomping at the bit to get going again.
For sure. Well, Al, we're going to start bringing people in to ask you questions. There's going to be people from all over the world. And just so everybody knows, we're going to bring you in one at a time. Have one question if you can, maybe two if we got time, but we want to try and get everybody in. So we'll try and keep things flowing, get everybody in if we have time. So we've got a lot of people waiting right now. So let's get to it.
Right, let's go.
We're going to go in order. And so, yeah, Connor, you're coming up. And then after that, it's going to be Patrick and Nathan.
All right.
Connor's coming in. I think we know Connor. There he is.
Connor, you're on live with Mr. Al Bucci. Can
you hear us, Connor?
Yes.
Nice.
We can't see your face. You got to back up a little bit. Yeah, you got to tilt your camera up.
There we go. All we can see was your shirt.
And now.
There we go. Now we see that handsome young man.
That's great. Looking great.
All right,
Connor, you're on with Mr. Al Bucci.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So before I ask you the questions, I'd like to thank you for your service and thank you for protecting the country. And if it wasn't for you and those brave young men, we would not be here right now. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well said.
So my first question is, would you like to tell me who your parents' names and did you have any brothers or sisters?
My parents' name was, my father was William and my mother's name was Fanny Helen. And I had one brother and 3 sisters. I only have one sister alive right now, and my two sisters and my brother deceased. So, that as far as my immediate family. And then I got married. I have one daughter, and then I have a grandson.
And how long did your family live?
How long did they live?
How old did your parents live to be?
I didn't get the question.
How old did your parents live to be?
Oh, I see. My dad passed away at 72 years of age, and my mother was almost 98.
98.
Okay, so you get your longevity from your
And
mom's
I'm
side.
just 6 months from being 98.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, Al, did you have any brothers and sisters that also served in the service with you?
He was too young. My brother was 11 years old during the war.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I heard other stories. I mean, I
First 11-year-olds getting out there.
I heard 15-year-olds, but 11 may be a little young. Hey, Connor, tell them where you're from and how old you are.
Well, I live in Lafayette, and I'm just turned 16 in January the 12th.
Nice.
Well, back in World War II, my friend, you could have did what you have to do to join the service, because we have some veterans that we've had on that you've met that joined the service at 16. They had their parents sign, change their age, whatever, and all they do was want to serve. So just imagine yourself right now, Connor. You're 16 years old, and you're going across the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean, and you're on a coxswain, a landing craft going into Iwo Jima. That's what one of our veterans was doing at 16 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. I mean,
Oh
just to
my
put it into
gosh.
perspective, it's crazy. Like your age right now, but I don't know. It's just interesting.
Crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But a good
All right,
thing
what's your-
about that, at 16, they trained him before they sent him over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Sure.
I mean, that's something. Yeah, absolutely. It's just crazy when you think about it. You know, you think you're young, but you know, our greatest generation, boy, I gotta tell you. I mean, they stepped up, raised their hand, and said, "I want to serve." So we are so grateful and so thankful for their service.
Absolutely.
Well, Mr. Bucci, I just have another question for you. So I remember I heard that you got wounded in the Battle of the Bulge on this cold winter day. Could you tell me what your experience was like and how did you get wounded?
Well, I was in the Battle of Bulge, but I was wounded before that. And I was across the Rhine River, a German Stuka bomber. They were trying to knock out the Remagen Bridge as we were crossing the treadmill to establish the beachhead. And when the bombs exploded near myself and 12 other guys, so 13 of us were hit with shrapnel from the Stuka bomber.
Wow. So what army was your division part of? The 1st Army, the 3rd Army, the 5th Army, or the 7th Army?
Well, we were at first we were in the 1st, and after we crossed the Rhine, we were in the 3rd Army.
Who was in charge of the 1st Army?
Hodge. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shucks.
Connor makes you think.
Yeah, he brings it back. He
Like,
brings it back.
Hodge.
Who was next to you when you got injured?
And the third, and everyone knows who had the 3rd.
Which was Patton.
Right.
I do know that.
That's awesome.
Al, I told you it wasn't going to be easy. These young kids they're on their history, you know, which is so important because it's all about, you know, Connor's generation.
My 1st Army was Bradley.
Omar Bradley.
Bradley. Okay.
I think
Wow.
we've heard of that gentleman.
Yep.
He was a GI's general, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, if you were wondering, I had some other family members that were World War II. So this is my great grandfather right there.
Nice looking guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Handsome
that's
guy.
him.
Would you like to see what I looked like when I was in the service? When
Yes.
Yeah. Show your picture too.
Let me let's show you one half here. This. Can you see that?
Oh,
You don't look any
handsome fella.
different. You look exactly the same.
Well, now he has a little bit of facial hair right now, so I don't think Omar Bradley or General Patton will allow you to have this little like facial hair.
Connor, you can definitely tell the relation between you and your great grandfather. That's uncanny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, my great grandfather was a pilot in World War
Was
II.
it?
He was a B-17 bomber
Wow.
pilot, and he passed at 86. And I have a picture of two of my great great uncles, his brothers. This is a picture. I don't know if you can see it, but he was in the Navy. The brother after him, his name was Pete, and then the brother after him was Perry. So I had two great great uncles that were in the
Service.
World War II, and they were lucky enough to get married and have children and get a job. You know.
And now here you are.
Yeah, well, thank God, because there
Yeah.
you are, keeping their history alive and keeping their legacy alive, which is so important. We love this. We love it.
Sure, for sure.
Cool. You got one more question for him, Connor?
Yes. Let's see.
I like the Van Halen shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Where's the BDF shirt? Normally you're wearing a BDF shirt.
It's in this drawer right here. It's in the drawer.
Keeping it safe.
That's right. Well, Connor, do you know about the Remagen bridge crossing, right? The Rhine River. Are you familiar with that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was
Well, you're
part of
looking
this-
at a veteran that was there.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it's
Crazy.
incredible history.
Well, it looks like we have a lot in common because my great grandfather and both of his brothers had longevity, and I have two great great aunts that are still living. I have a picture of one of them. I don't know if you can see it. This is my great great aunt right there.
No, we can't see it.
We can't see it. Yeah, we can't see it.
It's on my phone.
Oh,
We can't see your phone.
yeah,
We
we
see
can't
your
see
wrist.
it.
Watch.
Yeah. No, it's
Anyway.
okay.
Anyway, she's 95 and lives in Shreveport, Louisiana, and she is doing very well, actually. I went to go visit her during Christmas time, and she was excited to see us, you know?
Very cool.
Awesome. Well, good stuff. Well, hey, Connor, thanks for joining us again. And if you have anything to say to Mr. Bucci before you go.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Mr. Bucci, and
Been a pleasure.
I hope you keep the longevity going and stay safe.
Uncle Sam needs my tax money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so Al's going to join us back to revisit the Remagen, hopefully,
Yeah.
over the Rhine River once we
Hopefully
open
we'll
up.
get to do a cool battlefield return with Mr. Bucci.
Absolutely. Thank you, Connor.
All right, cool. See
Thank
you,
you.
Connor.
You too.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Peace out. All right.
Nice
Pretty
kid.
cool, huh?
Nice. Real nice.
All right, so now we're going to bring in Patrick, and I believe, yeah, he's in the Philippines. So it's going to be about 3 a.m. for him. And he's coming in. Here he comes.
All right,
Oh,
Pat.
ready, Patrick?
All right.
Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Can
We
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you too. Yep.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Hear you loud and clear.
All right, you're on with Mr. Al Bucci.
yeah.
Nice meeting you, Patrick.
What time is it there, Patrick?
It's 2:15 a.m. here.
2:15 in the morning.
Wow.
2:15.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you just waking up or are you still awake?
never goes to sleep.
Well, yeah,
Still awake? Love it.
Hey,
All
it's kind
right.
of like my schedule. I don't go to
Yeah,
sleep.
Donnie
until like-
Donnie stays up till about 3 a.m. every day.
Last night was 5 a.m. Bad. Anyways, Patrick, you have Mr. Al Bucci right here. It's all yours. You have a question for him?
yep. I have two questions from him.
All
Go
right.
ahead, sir.
Well, Mr. Bucci, how does it hard to cross the pontoon bridge adjacent to the Remagen? The pontoon bridge was a floating bridge, right?
Yes. Pontoon bridge.
How does it hard to cross there adjacent to the Remagen?
So are you saying how hard was it to cross?
No,
Yeah.
it was very easy to Moragan Bridge. We didn't cross the Moragan Bridge, we crossed the pontoon bridge, the treadmill. And our treadmill was the artillery mostly and heavy weapons, heavy vehicles. So we were in trucks when we crossed the treadmills. The infantry, they crossed on the bridge until the bridge was clear. Then they start using the treadmills. So actually, it was a nice ride. It's only one way, and that was it. They told you it's one way. There's no return ticket. You go one way.
Go east towards Germany.
Right.
That's crazy.
So Al, it's called a treadmill bridge.
Yeah, treadmill.
Why was it called a treadmill bridge?
Well, they put it together, bolted together.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that's where the tread came from. They put the pipes in there and they bolted together all these little boats. And it's
Oh,
like,
they just stacked them up, stacked them all the way across.
yeah, right across, both side by side, all the way across, bolted. And it looks like, when it's finished, it looks like railroad tracks going across.
Oh,
You know, and you're riding in between these bars, and it just floats. And it took quite a few men to do that, and that was the largest and longest treadmill at that time that used it during World War II. I'm sure they made some later on, which was longer, but that was under combat conditions. A lot of guys got wounded, blown out of the water. A lot of trucks got set on fire trying to build that treadmill, you know.
So is it low on the water, like right above?
The boat, it's like taking a boat and setting it in the water, a rowboat.
Okay.
Set it in the water, and you put them lengthwise, well, crossways, and then your treadmill goes out. Well, I don't know how to explain that thing, but let's say your boats are facing north and south, and your treadmill are going east and west. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Put the pieces
I just Googled it right now, and I just put in treadmill bridge, and this picture came up, but this is not the picture. that's not the.
I can't
Yeah,
see
that-
anything in there.
Oh, you can't. Yeah.
No.
But this is just the Remagen Bridge before it went down.
Remagen Bridge was in real bad shape. They put boards there so they don't fall through into the Rhine River, you know.
Right.
During the day and nighttime.
I can't find it.
The Ninth Army was in front of us, and they more or less opened the bridge up and cleared away to a certain extent, but they still had a lot of small arm fire going across. And incidentally, our division was known as 99th Infantry Division. We were the first complete division to cross the Remagen, across the Rhine River.
Oh, wow.
And, then we established a 7-mile front, about a mile deep, I guess, the sharp hills, the cliffs across, and they put all the anti-aircraft guns that you can imagine that the Army had all along the banks, the west bank here, to shoot to the other side to protect the infantry climbing into eastern part of that Rhine soil.
Wow.
Wow, really cool.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, we had, give you an example how many planes there was there, just a small fortune. We knocked, not us, but the anti-aircraft knocked out 26 German bombers that tried to bomb the bridge and knocked them out. And then they destroyed, I think, destroyed quite a few other ones. But these were not down. 26 in one day.
So they were
Wow.
able to pick out 26 before one was able to get in, huh?
And they came down, and
Jeez.
before they dropped the bombs or after the anti-aircraft knocked them out. And
So were
Wow.
you guys seeing and hearing all this? You're seeing planes get taken out?
Not only you can see it, I felt it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Imagine the impact of just the anti-aircraft guns going off. You had to feel that every time.
Wow, the concussion, right? Think about just the
Well,
concussion.
The thing is, they say if you can hear it, you're safe. But I didn't hear it. All
Oh,
I
weird.
it seemed like if you're ever in an airplane, the cloud, you're by yourself, and I got clouds all around, then you think to yourself, well, I must be dead.
Right.
Then everything
Wow.
clears up. Then you hear people screaming and hollering.
So you're like,
hollering
I'm
for the-
alive.
hollering for medics,
Jeez.
you know,
Wow.
shrapnel. And
Wow.
that's the conditions you had crossing the Rhine.
That's
great.
crazy.
And
Hey.
a lot of those people were blown to Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Oh my gosh, nothing left.
Guns for the Germans shot across that bridge and knocked them out completely.
Jeez.
Wow. Wow. Can't imagine. Can't imagine at all. Hey, our good friend Joe Conway, I think you know Joe Conway. He just sent a picture of the treadmill bridge. They also call it a jackpot bridge as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah. A jackpot, right? Jackpot. So I have the picture here. I don't know if it's going to be able to come in.
It's pretty white. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's low. It's across the water. There's a bunch of trucks driving across. Maybe you can put the picture up.
Where did he send it?
I'll send it to you right now.
He must
Maybe
have
you
just
can put
sent
the.
it to you.
What's that?
He must have just sent to you. Okay, while I'm looking for this, Patrick, you got another question?
Yep.
Go for it.
Actually, I have a
So
question.
have you participated, the Operation Plunder, the night that the Allies crossed the Rhine?
Did you participate in Operation Plunder? Is that what you said?
Yeah. That
Did you
event was that night. That operation was the surprise crossing the Rhine River at night.
Operation Plunder, surprise
Yeah.
operation crossing the Rhine. Were you in that?
Yeah.
That's what you beginning at the end of the war.
That was at the end of the war?
The war, once we crossed the line, that was it. We kept on going.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
That was very important. That was the only bridge left that that we get into Germany.
Right. And we heard a lot of stories out there that General Patton once urinated in the Rhine River. Did you guys even hear? You guys even hear about that, or is that just made up?
We only heard good things.
Yeah, because
after the war.
Yeah. It's interesting because I had a chance to go visit the Remagen Bridge, and part of it's still there, actually. So the base of it on the west side is still there. Obviously, there's a new bridge there, but it's kind of moved over. But the remnants are still there, and there's a museum there with a lot of artifacts and pictures and things like that that's still there today. Have you ever had a chance to go back, Al, since the war?
I went back 2017.
That's the Pontoon Bridge.
All right, so there's
75th anniversary of Normandy.
Pontoon Bridge, right?
yes.
Yeah, that's called a
Bridge.
jackpot.
See those boats? What I'm talking about?
Yeah, I guess I've seen this picture, but I never noticed that it was boats
Right.
that were holding it up.
Wow.
You can see how they're bolted together and stuff like that.
That's pretty crafty.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to picture the process.
I'm in the last truck.
You're in the last,
The last truck.
you see me in the background there?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. Well, Patrick, it was good to see you again. You got anything to say to Al before we get you off?
I just want to say, Mr. Al, have a great day and stay safe from COVID. Yeah.
Then have a great day and stay safe from COVID.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
May you have a pleasant day hereafter.
Go to bed, Patrick.
Hey,
Let's stay
Patrick.
over until morning.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Patrick, all the way from the
Nice talking
Philippines.
to you.
Yeah, we love your patriotism and enthusiasm for history. So thank you very much. You have anything you want to say to Al before you go?
You just did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, Patrick. Hopefully, we'll get to the Philippines and get to meet you someday.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right.
See you
Have a
soon.
good
Bye.
one. Bye. Love it.
So, I was looking for that picture, which is great. So Joe sent us that picture, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. All right.
So you can kind of get a feel of it and see it, because I think a lot of people are learning about this for the first time.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Some
bring
great pictures.
Nathan
Yeah,
in. We have some other ones, don't we?
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah.
Hey, Nathan, how you doing?
Hello?
All right.
How you
we can
doing,
hear you.
Nathan?
Good.
Good, awesome. You have Mr. Al Bucci here. Tell him where you're from and how old you are.
I'm from Gores County, Galway in Ireland, and I am 12 years old.
Where's Galway at?
Galway, Ireland.
The west.
The west
Side of Ireland.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, you got Mr. Al Bucci here. Go ahead and ask him a question.
When you heard that the Marines were still fighting the Japanese, what was your reaction?
Heard what?
So you have to say that again.
Repeat the question.
When you heard that the Marines were still fighting, what was your reaction?
Oh, when you heard that the Marines were still fighting the Japanese.
Oh, when they were still fighting the Japanese after war, you mean?
Yeah. When you're in Europe and they're talking about you have to go to Japan.
What happened when the war was over in Europe? I volunteered for the first army. It was a big red one.
Yeah.
And the reason why I volunteered for them, you get 30 days leave at home, and then after that we would go to Japan, invade Japan. But very fortunate and very lucky that the war ended before we were shipped home.
So
Hey, Al, so it was a volunteer basis?
Well, they said to us that any of you guys want to go home for 30 days, you can volunteer for the 1st Infantry. But the thing is, it's a secret. Don't tell nobody. But the Germans already know it and everybody else. But you're going to fight the Japs.
It wasn't as much of a volunteer as it was a bribe.
So I volunteered for the first Infantry, and unfortunately, as I was getting on the boat on a pier, the war ended. If the war with Japan lasted just 2 hours longer, I'd have been on my way home.
Wow.
But I wasn't.
Wow.
I had to stay. That was in France, and I had to go back to England and stay in England until a ship was coming home. I looked at the bulletin board every day for my name, and I was there for about 5 or 6 weeks, just taking it easy until I found a ship to go home. And I did get home before my division got home. They got home in December, last of December, and I got home on a boat on October the 13th to come home.
Would you have a private boat or something or what?
No, yeah, sure. Yeah.
He just pulled one of those boats from the
Defense
bridge.
flew me back.
Yeah. Pulled one
I
of the boats
love
from
it.
the bridge, just like, and just floated his way home.
Yeah. So so where were you at when you came back in England? Which part of England were you in?
What part of what?
You said you went when you went to England for 5 weeks before you went across back home. What city were you in?
It's I think it was, I don't know what is the name of the city or is just a telephone place, but Sturminster Marshall was just outside of London, someplace, a little town. And I don't recall because we just went where we could go and just find something to drink and send home for some more money so we can drink more.
Right on. Get a pass to go to London?
I don't remember the time, but we did go to London.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I take it you guys didn't ever go. You guys never went over to Galway.
Where?
Galway, where Nathan's from. In
Yeah.
Ireland.
Galway, Ireland.
No.
Where the legal drinking age is like 6.
We came in through either Ireland or Scotland. our ships, but before we went over, when we went overseas, way up in there someplace, and we came through Ireland or Scotland. It was late, and we could see all these buildings that were all just a wall stand, no roof, no nothing, all been
Wow.
blitzed by
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
Nathan, do you know any troops that have come through your town?
Uh,
Yeah, a lot of
no,
guys.
I only know my brother's friends who great grandfather fought in the Pacific.
Came through Ireland?
He lives in Galway.
Oh, he lives in Galway.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's
Wow.
cool. Very cool. Well, Nathan, you got another question?
Yeah. What gun did you use?
What gun did you use during the war?
I had a carbine.
Did you have the little
But I
collapsible
was in the
one for your
artillery.
hip, or was it a full
I was
carbine?
very lucky. I didn't have to fight with the rifle. We fought with the artillery, 105 howitzers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Were you firing those things off yourself?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was in the wire section, in communication between the guns and headquarters of the forward element, and all the fire missions came through the switchboard I had in the field. It was called a forward element.
Okay. I was going to say, you seem to hear pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hear it.
The guys with howitzer ear the whole time, like, huh?
I could hear them very well. Here I can't.
Yeah.
I got hearing aids. I still don't hear.
Yeah. That's what my wife tells me all the time. My wife, Catherine, she's like, you're going to need hearing aids when you get older. You keep listening to that music so loud in your ears. I said, honey, think about our veterans that were in the war. They didn't have any hearing protection. They got howitzers going off, and they're just plugging their ears like this. I mean, come on.
Later on, I think those guys got plugs or something for their ears. I was very fortunate. I didn't have to fire any guns or nothing. You know.
Yeah. Wow.
Howitzers are crazy.
Well, cool. Nathan, do you have anything you want to say before you go to Mr. Bucci?
Yeah. Thank you for your service, and your generation are real heroes.
You're a nice chap. I'm very happy, and I really appreciate you saying that. And may you have a wonderful day and a wonderful life ahead of you. And keep on doing what you're doing, and stay healthy.
And go to bed, Nate. It's like 9 o'clock. Come on.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Nathan.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you, Nathan.
Bye.
Hey, Al, what do you think? You got these, so far we have the Philippines, Louisiana, and also Ireland.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
All right.
it's pretty
So
amazing.
What country going through now?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't
Who
know?
knows what country we're going to now? We're going to bring in Nicola, and then Matthew, and then Rob.
Yeah, it's kind of random. So
It's
people
totally
are,
random.
yeah. people are
Sometimes I'm
typing
like,
in,
I just see a name and I'm like, I don't know. We'll see who this is.
but we have a delay for sure, just in case.
Just in case it's some crazy
Yeah.
person.
All right.
We
Who's
haven't had
coming
to
in?
cut it off yet.
Who's coming in?
We got Nicola coming in, which I think that's his last name, from what I remember. He came on last week, and I think it was his last name. But it doesn't seem to be connecting. So we will move on. That's not connecting. So let's bring in Matthew. All right, Matthew.
So apparently he did not get in and I got in.
Yeah, well, it didn't connect.
That is one bad delay, man.
It did not connect. Well, it's a safety measure.
Yeah, we have it in place always.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it just in case.
Oh yeah, and just to answer some of your questions before, the folding stock carbine, that was a paratrooper model usually given to special forces, and that was the M1A1. And Donnie, yes, Patton did piss in the Rhine River. That did happen, actually.
Well, I saw a picture, but I really couldn't see
I recommend
And-
Patton 360. That's a great documentary series. Really cool.
Yeah.
3D graphics, all of it. Really cool. Actually, had a former, I think, Secretary of Defense, McMaster's, in it back when he was a colonel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's from
Really cool.
2009. I remember it as a kid.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, when I went out there, Matthew, I knew about the story about Patton, urinating in the Rhine River. And I was there just touring around by myself many, many years ago. And I thought about it, I looked around like, this would be really cool to recreate this picture. But I said, you know what? It's probably not a good idea
No.
now.
Probably not.
So
It was-
I refrained and just looked at the picture.
Patton was a very astute historian. He is, I think, somewhat, if I remember correctly in the documentary, one of the historians, he said he's referencing something that a Roman general did once. I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, cool.
All right.
Matthew, you're on with Mr. Al Bucci, and tell him how old you are and where you're from.
Hi, Al. I'm Matthew Aronson. I am 26 years old, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois. Glad to meet you.
I'm not
Yeah.
much. One of my most familiar things with the 99th Division was the actions of the I&R platoon led by Lieutenant Lyle Balk during the Battle of the Bulge. But my questions are more on the Bulge and Remagen. During the Battle of the Bulge, what were some of the things that you guys did to stay warm? Because I know you guys weren't issued any winter equipment, and you just had more summer type or fall uniforms. You didn't have much winter gear. What were some of the things you guys did to stay warm?
Well, fortunate enough, the guys that you're talking about were in Foxhole, and it's a different story where the artillery, where we found barns or houses, it's a different story, but the infantry had it real tough. But there's a book out, I don't know if you've seen it yet or heard about it, The Longest Winter.
No, I haven't heard about it.
You want to read this. The Longest Winter was the Battle of the Bulge and the story of World War II, the most decorated platoon in the 99th Division.
Yeah, that's the I&R platoon led by Lieutenant Lyle Balk.
Elliot, yes. Did you see it?
Yeah,
Nice.
see it? Cool.
I'll have to check that one out.
Oh, okay.
Elliot,
Don't you have that, Donnie?
Kershaw. Can you see it?
I know I've seen
Alex.
that before.
Yeah, Alex Kershaw.
Right.
I
You won't
have
read
that.
that book, and that'll answer all your questions. That'll answer your questions. You just keep on firing the damn gun and keep warm. That's the only way you can
So,
do it.
I like that. Keep
You and your
firing,
buddy have to rub. You and your
Keep firing the
buddy-
gun. Keep your hands warm.
keep
So I
firing
guess
the
I'll-
gun. That's how you stay warm.
I guess I'll just ask about the Remagen Bridge. So were you near or close to the bridge when the Germans first attempted to destroy it, when they sort of just blew it up with the explosives, but the bridge was still miraculously intact?
We were supposed to have a parade in Cologne, Germany, and they called us as soon as they found out that the 9th captured the bridge. And so we came down there March 11th or something like that. And the infantry went over the bridge, but the artillery went over the treadmills. And like I told the young kid before, we were through hell while the Germans were trying desperately to destroy the bridge by dropping bomb after bomb after bomb. So we saw a lot of action there, and a lot of people got killed, a lot of people got wounded, but we were very good. Our anti-aircraft was real good. They knocked out a lot of German airplanes. I mean, a lot of German bombers.
Were they like classic Stukas where you heard like
Stuka bombers is what they were. Stuka
that
bombers.
had to be scary just hearing
Yeah.
that noise.
Just the sound, the sound of hearing them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you hear that sound. It's like, ugh, couldn't even imagine.
They got me while right there across the bridge.
So I'm guessing you weren't near the bridge when it finally did collapse.
Crossed the bridge, and when they dropped the bomb and got 13 of us, anti-personnel bombs. That's how close we were.
Dang.
That answer your question?
Oh yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
They say if you can hear them, you're okay. Remember I said that? But
Yeah.
if you can hear them, and hell could break loose anytime.
Wow.
Man.
I
That's
can't imagine. I can't imagine. Man.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, Matthew, you got another one?
No, I think I'm.
The 99th Infantry Division was the first
Right.
to cross the Rhine River. You remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, the 99th also has another honor. If I remember correctly, there was during late in the war, General Smith. There was a shortage of replacements, so they grabbed a lot of the African American guys who were in the rear echelon unit who had been trained as infantry, and they brought them up into platoons. And there was an actual African American platoon that was a part of the 99th Division
Right.
during
Right.
the assault on the bridge.
Right. Right.
So it was one of the
I
first
didn't know
real
about that until
integrated.
after the war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the first real integrated divisions, you could say. Well, integrated in
I didn't know that either. The first
Hey
integration.
Matthew, who were they with?
What?
Right?
Were you talking about the African Americans?
Yeah, they fought with the 99th Division. How it worked was, if you were an NCO or just a private, if you were an NCO, you would give up your stripes and you would wind up on the front lines with the guys.
The infantry.
The infantry.
Everybody was in infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's during the Battle of Bulge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pick up a rifle.
Let me tell you something. I had shrapnel in my hand to be removed in the rear end. I went to the evac hospital. After they removed the shrapnel from my hand and wrapped it up, some lieutenant handed me an M1. I said, "What the heck's this for?" He said, "You're infantry now." I said, "He said, "Yeah." As soon as he left the tent, I threw that damn rifle on a bunk on the cot, went out the back, got on a tank. There were tanks out there, very lucky. And I couldn't understand what they were saying. And I said, "I'm going to ride with you." And I got on a tank and I drove a couple of miles. And where the hell do you think they stopped? Right in front of my outfit. And I got over. What I'm saying is they put everybody, cooks, anybody can walk into the infantry to fight
Hey.
at that time.
Wow. Here's a
Hey.
rifle. Get out there. They give you a rifle, slap you on the butt, and say, "Off you go."
Right.
But Al, you were smart. You said, instead of walking, I'll just jump on a tank. It'll get me right to my old outfit.
Right. I went back.
We
And
knew
it-
you were a smart man.
See,
So I guess I'll just mention this. What was the fighting going into Germany? Did you guys see what I've sometimes seen? They hung kids or whoever wouldn't fight with signs on. What was the fighting into Germany up to the end of the war like?
all I know is we had them on the run. I don't know about what they did, but you know they massacred a lot of GIs in Malmedy and places like that, and they just made us fight harder, and we just retaliate by showing them their German prisoners ourselves. You know, not me, but the infantry.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Al, can you tell us about the Battle of the Bulge when you guys held off the Germans and they changed directions, and instead of attacking you, they went after the 106?
yeah, what happened? One of our regiments was in Krinkel, and anyway, that's the first town in Germany. Then we retreated. We had the first and second infantry to our flank. Anyway, one regiment from the second infantry held one part of the section there. We had a 21-mile front, actually, and helped us to retreat. And we retreated to Camp Elsenborn. So when you read the story about the longest winter, you'll find out what happened and part of what happened. Those Germans you're talking about came to Camp Elsenborn, but they couldn't get up to high ground. So our division killed hundreds and hundreds of Germans, and they couldn't get through. So after 2 days of fighting, Colonel Pfeiffer of the German SS decided to go south. And when they went south, that's when they engaged with the 106th. And the 106th gave up half their division, is what you were talking about. Yeah, because they were surrounded.
One of the guys who actually wound up in a POW camp was the famous author Kurt Vonnegut. He was part of the elements of the 106th Infantry Division that wound up in POW.
But part of the 106 were fighting like the devil. They were fighting real good. They were good fighters. It just happened that this other half was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, it's like the Ruhr Pocket. With the Ruhr Pocket, we captured I don't know how many tanks and Germans. It's an unbelievable amount of Germans we had. They had a big field. They put headlights on each corner of the field so we keep an eye on the Germans. But those guys gave up. One of the reasons why they didn't have the fuel. They had tank destroyers and tanks that had ammunition in the barrels yet.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
tanks were taking the ammunition out. And that was a great victory. We would surround them. And I forgot how many it was. The First Army captured thousands of Germans in the Ruhr Pocket.
Wow.
I know. Imagine those photos.
That was the first big victory we had. That was a great battle.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, cool. Well, Matthew, always good to see you. Always, you know so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Keep it up.
I wish I could
Professor.
retain information the way.
I have to learn about the 99.
Well, like I say, I watch a lot of documentaries. I read a
Yeah.
lot. And, yeah,
I do too, but I just can't remember any of it.
I worry about that too sometimes.
I learned something today. I didn't know that we were the first infantry division to integrate the colored troops. I told them. I knew we had them, but I didn't know until the end of the war.
You weren't the first. You guys were one of the first, and you were one of the few divisions that actually wound up doing that.
Oh, one of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
I'm sure there's a lot of them in the Pacific too.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to say, got anything you want to say before we take off?
Nice talking to you guys again. Al, thank you for your service and thank you for all you guys did. And also I want to thank Donnie and Austin. I want to thank you guys for giving guys like me and a bunch of other kids something that some of us almost never thought we'd get a chance to do is talk to these guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Do it.
There's one thing that comes out of this mess. It's the fact that you guys have done this, which is nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love doing it. It's very cool. It's very
Thanks,
cool.
buddy.
That's a
Great
big
organization.
opportunity that I never thought we'd be able to do for people. I love it.
Yeah.
Because we're spoiled. We get to hang out with these guys all the time.
Yeah, but it's been difficult the last year. So this is, giving us an opportunity to still stay connected, but stay disconnected and safe at the same time. So, just like in football, as I told my team, sometimes you got to check Omaha, make an audible, and here where we are. I mean, I don't know. I think this is probably our 20th one now, Austin, that we've done.
Well, I think we've done more than that.
Maybe I'm not sure, but it's been fun having guys like you on. Matthew, it's been wonderful, and it's great for the veterans, and we're really enjoying it. We're keeping it up. We're going to do one do them as long as we can.
Awesome.
Yeah. We ain't stopping. All right, cool, Matt.
Thank you, buddy.
Talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, so we are going to bring in Peyton, then Justin Nicora. I don't know if I said that right. And then after that, Paolo. So Peyton, get ready. Justin, you're next. And then Paolo after that.
Yeah.
Okay, bringing in Peyton. Don't know if we've met Peyton yet. It's hard to keep track of all these names. Peyton G.
Do I start my camera?
Yes. We can hear you.
Hi. Oh, okay.
Hello,
good.
Peyton.
Hi.
How are you doing? Where are you from?
I'm from West Michigan.
West Michigan. How old are you?
12.
12. Very cool. Well, welcome and good to meet you. You are live with Mr. Al Bucci.
Hello.
I have a few questions for you.
Absolutely. Go for it.
One of them, a friend of mine asked me to ask because I don't think he can do the Zoom, but he said he couldn't do the Zoom. But so it is. What was your reaction when you realized you were able to go home?
Did you hear that fine, Al?
What was your reaction?
She said, what was your reaction when you found out you get to go home?
Oh, great. It's the greatest feeling in the world. I did say before that too, I did say when I get home, I'll never stay cold again. I'll keep my feet warm and I'll keep on talking. I won't go hungry.
I'll never go skiing again.
Yeah.
Never go into the snow again.
But it was 2 times I got to go home. And I didn't go the first time, but when I went, I was happy, very happy. Everybody was happy.
I can imagine you were pretty excited.
Hey, Al, did you ever have a chance to write letters back home when you're during the war?
I wrote a lot of letters back home.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I had my sisters, my dad made them write to me every day. I didn't get all the letters.
Right.
I got a lot. Yeah,
Do you still have any of the letters? Did you save any?
Yeah, I do have some.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
One to my
Wow.
father, some to my mother and my brother. I guess I must have 8 or 10, maybe 8 or 10 left letters.
Yeah. Hey, Peyton, it's pretty incredible because you obviously have no idea on how it used to be. But in order to communicate, we didn't have Zoom, we didn't have text messages.
I'm a pen pal. So
What's that?
I'm a pen pal with one of my friends, so I write letters back.
There you go.
and
Yeah,
forth
it's
to
like
her.
having a pen pal.
Yeah, which is great, but it's interesting because now we have so much technology to stay connected. I mean, even when my sister was stationed in Iraq, she was able to get on and we can FaceTime and I can see her. That didn't happen. So Al, when you wrote a letter to your parents, how long did it take since the day you wrote it to when they had it in their hand back in the States?
I have no idea. It took a long while.
Well, you think a month, 2 months, 3 months?
No, not that long.
No?
No, it's just a matter of weeks.
Oh, weeks.
Yeah, maybe a week. Yeah.
Pretty efficient.
Wow.
Right. Much better service then.
I feel like they can't even do that now.
We just got a Christmas card yesterday that was marked December the 21st. We got it just January 22nd.
Like if you want it there in a couple weeks, you got to pay that money. You got to get like $50 and you have it there in a week.
Well, Al was talking about his VIP treatment from England to the States. Maybe he might have had a special VIP, mail service that took his letters across.
The hookup.
Yeah.
All right,
good
Pete,
question.
you got any more questions?
Oh, I've got lots.
Okay, go on.
Give me 2 more.
Did you work with Easy Company? Like,
Did
were
you
you
work
with
with Easy Company?
Yeah.
Easy Company?
The paratroopers from the 101st
Paratroopers.
Airborne. Were you guys ever around the 101st Airborne?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, we relieved the 82nd Airborne in Malmedy, who they got in trucks and went to Bastogne by trucks, and they complained because of the fact that they were going by truck and not by parachute. But we did run it through one of the first who were wounded, but we didn't get in contact and actual battle with them side by side, but we were real close.
Mm.
Now, when you went through Malmedy, was that before or after the massacre?
Right after the massacre.
Right afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. We took a a veteran back to Malmedy, and he told us that whole story. And man, that's a horrific ordeal that happened there.
That's when the headquarters and officers all knew that happened, and then the rumors was that some of the officers in the infantry said, "Kill us, kill them." In other words, retaliate. You know.
Yeah. Gloves are off.
Yeah.
One more question. He said a couple questions.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Peyton.
Were you like a sniper, I guess? Like, and like, what was like your ranking in the military, and like, I guess what was your kill count in general? Like, I don't know. Like, were you like a sergeant? I guess I don't know, a major.
What was your rank in the military?
And what did you do when you were there?
My job called for corporal in the United States Army, but I'm a PFC, and the reason why I'm a PFC, I gave my corporal stripes up to my buddy, who had 2 children, and they were wondering how they're going to make it out. So I told the sergeant, give them my stripes, and I became a PFC, and I stayed at PFC.
I didn't know you could do that. Wow.
I can see it plain as daylight. He's coming out the barracks with 2 stripes to hand me. He says, your job calls corporal. And I said, Sergeant Luna, I don't want them stripes. I told him why.
You were able to defend one of your friends.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Very noble.
Do you still stand by that decision now?
I still stand by it. I'm not sorry. I had a good time. I could have any rank I wanted if I wanted to in the service, but I didn't want to. I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and I was there for a while, and I could be an instructor, a lieutenant in the Army. I didn't want it. I wanted to be with my men.
Roger that.
I had
cool.
basic training with and maneuvers.
Very cool.
The rank doesn't mean anything to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My great grandpa was a veteran in World War II, and he what I heard from my great aunt was that he was like he jumped into Normandy, and it was like during like D-Day, and he got like injured or something like that, and while he was helping someone else, and I don't really know the full story, but that's really all I know. He was a veteran.
That was your great uncle?
Great aunt, my great grandpa. He was my grandpa's dad, but his sister is my great aunt who told me that.
Okay. Wow. Cool.
Wow.
Cool to have that legacy in your family.
Yeah, I don't have any pictures, but he was a veteran, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Peyton, it was great to meet you. We're going to keep this going here. Do you have anything you want to say before we move on to the next person?
I do. I'm really thankful for heroes like you that have the courage to have done that and serve our country.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time with you, and appreciate you saying that. And I knew a lot of 101st and 82nd Airborne. Matter of fact, a good friend of mine, John Coates, and I think for years too, who was a medic, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I met quite a few.
I really knows Eugene Rowe.
They're great guys and brave guys.
For
You owe
sure.
them a lot.
Yeah. Well, all you guys were brave. Trust me. Doesn't matter what you did. You guys were all brave, and we're so thankful, as Peyton just said. Hey, Peyton, why don't you send us a message, a DM with your address, and we'll send you something out. All right?
Would you like me to give you my P.O. box?
Yeah, that's fine.
Send it.
Mailing address.
Yeah.
We'll send you something out. From
Like on Instagram or Facebook, just message us on there.
Oh, I was going to do it in the chat on this. Oops.
Or on the
No,
chat.
don't do it in the chat.
Well, don't in the chat because that's public.
No, don't do it in the chat.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Is your
Thank you.
What is Instagram?
So just Best Defense Foundation.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, or email on the website. It's all easy.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, Peyton, and hope to see you next time.
Hope to see you too.
All right. Bye. That's awesome. Who did I say was
It's
next?
amazing now, right? You have like all these young kids that are so interested in what you guys did so many years ago. And this is so important because this is keeping history alive and it's keeping your legacy alive of you and all your brothers and sisters that served during the war. I mean, it's special. I love it.
That's great. That's
Absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
let's bring
great.
in
Doing a great job.
Justin.
The best of us.
Bringing in Justin. Justin Nicora, if I'm saying that right.
Justin's bringing in Austin. Austin's bringing in Justin.
Austin's bringing in Justin.
It's not working.
Well, I see.
It's not working. Let's move
I
on.
see his name.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Oh, there he is. Can you hear us, Justin? We can't hear you.
Hey, turn your audio on, Justin.
You got no sound.
Can't hear you.
It's like he's working it out.
Is he in a duck blind?
I don't know what he's in.
Oh, man.
I think he's just on his patio.
I don't think waterfowl season's going on right now, but
Can't
Justin,
hear you,
we can't
Justin.
hear you. We can't hear you, Justin.
We see your mouth moving, but we can't hear you.
Hit the audio button if you can hear us.
Technical
All right.
difficulties. All right, Justin, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to put you back in the waiting room. Try and work that audio out. We'll bring you back in.
All right.
Come on, bud, work it out. All right, let's bring in Paolo. Paolo Vitor. I'm not even gonna try the last name, Paolo. Paolo, how do you say your last name?
Hello.
Hello. How do you say your last name, Paolo?
Hello. My name is Paulo Vitor Costa Figueiredo.
I'll never get that right.
It's Figueiredo.
Figueiredo.
Is
Hey,
that,
Al,
is
Yes,
Al,
yes,
can you-
that's
All
right.
Hey, Al, can you repeat his last name?
Alfredo?
That's all I heard. I heard Alfredo.
Paulo, I can remember his first name, Paulo, because Paulo in Italian means speak. Paulo,
Yeah.
Paulo. But I know like that last name, I can't. It's to figure. What was it?
I'm gonna repeat one more time. It's
All right.
Figueiredo.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
Alfredo.
Yeah.
Alfredo. I like Alfredo.
All right. Pablo.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, tell him how old you are and where you're from.
Hello, my name is Paulo Vitor Costa Figueiredo.
My name is Alfredo
now-
Bucci.
Alfredo Bucci.
Now I am 18 years old. My birthday was 2 days ago.
Happy
Oh.
birthday.
Yeah,
Thank
happy birthday.
you, guys. And
You're
I
an
am from
adult now.
Brazil.
And he's in
He's
Brazil.
from Brazil.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I would like to thank you, Mr. Bucci, for all what you did, for your sacrifice, and for the sacrifice of your fellow soldiers that allowed us to live free in this world. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Appreciate that very much.
Thank you very much, sir. That means a lot, your sacrifice. I would like to ask you some questions.
Go ahead.
Let's
Go
go.
for it.
Could you talk about the nights during the Battle of the Bulge?
The nighttime?
Yeah. What was it
Yes,
like
yes,
at
the
nighttime
nighttime,
during the Battle of the Bulge?
Yes.
About the night.
Yeah. What was it like at night?
What did you do at night?
Yeah. Was it eerie? Quiet? Wow.
Alfredo, yes.
What'd you say?
Try
What?
try to stay warm.
What's that?
Try to keep warm.
We try to keep warm.
Did you guys
Oh.
get to sleep much?
I did. I was very fortunate. I got to sleep at night. Not too long, but I got to sleep. And sometimes I want to tell you one time, I was in a German house cellar, and I couldn't sleep because of the what's it called? Sauerkraut. they had an enormous amount of sauerkraut down there. And it just kept me awake. I couldn't sleep. And when I came home, people had sauerkraut. I said, I don't want any sauerkraut ever.
So was it the smell, the vinegar?
It smelled vinegar or something just kept me awake, and I couldn't sleep. But if you get in a barn or a house or something like that, you sleep. At nighttime, you don't know what to expect at nighttime. You don't know. It's too dark, and most of the nights are really dark, and you don't know who you're going to run into or what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine, because when it's dark, you can't see anything. And one of the other veterans that we know, he was talking about his experiences during the Battle of the Bulge. He would talk about at nighttime it's so dark, and you would hear a lot of different things. He said you hear those screaming memes.
If you didn't know the password, you're in trouble.
Wow,
for sure.
I would like to ask you, Mr. Bucci, how did you manage to keep you clean during the Battle of the Bulge, since it was very cold?
How did you stay clean? Or did you?
Yes.
Well, we had a chance to get water everywhere. We had water's plentiful. So, you just go ahead and make the best of it. And they did have our outfit anyway, did have a chance to go back and get the showers and stuff like that. But it wasn't bad, because I was in the artillery. It's the guys in the infantry that had a hard time trying to stay clean. They couldn't wash and do things because they're stuck in the foxholes for days and days. So it's a big difference between the artillery and the infantry. So very fortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody had different, viewpoints of the war, for sure, depending on what element of the team, unit that you're with. I mean, imagine, guys that were in trucks who were able to like get food or hot food or whatever. I mean, it's different for everyone, I guess, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Paolo, you got another question?
Yes, I have one more question. It's about before you enlist in the armed forces, do you fear the most be sent to the Pacific or to Europe?
You see, when you go into service, you don't have a choice. They're either going to send you to the Pacific or they're going to send you to Europe. So we had a lot of training without water and food and camouflage suits, and I thought we were going to go to the Pacific, but it turned out we didn't go to the Pacific. We went to Europe, where we have plenty of water and food. So
yeah,
but they trained you, like during training, they kind of keep you, like let you experience what it's like to not have water and food. Is that part of the training?
That's part of the training.
Oh, okay.
You flew without water for several days, and then of course people in Vietnam knew what to expect soldiers, because we had that same training where a guy would come out of the ground, it'd be a target.
Oh, geez.
A target would come out of the ground and you shoot at it, or somebody would come out of the tree. So we had that training, but everything to our left was friendly, but everything to our right for training was enemy, for example. So you don't shoot your gun to your left. And so when the trap opened up, then it's an enemy in it. Or the bushes open up, it's enemy. So we had that kind of training. Wow. Fortunately, very lucky I didn't have to do that. But the people in Vietnam had that kind of training.
I think it'd be cool to like go through that training course, like see what that's like.
Yeah. Of course, you train for everything,
Yeah.
Then you climb a ship and trying to swim, and you have all kind of training. Believe me, the United States Army and the Marine Corps and the Navy, they train service people real well. Nice. You get good training.
Absolutely, for sure. Wow.
Very good. All right, well, Paulo, it's good to see you again. You want to say anything else?
I would like to thank you, Mr. Bucci, for your service and for your sacrifice, and thanks for saving the world.
Actually,
Literally, thanks for saving the world, because without you, I don't know, this world, I don't know what will
It's very
happen.
different.
well,
It would be totally different. Thank you so much. Thanks for saving the world.
I
And
appreciate
this
that.
conver-
Thank you, man.
this
Nice
the
talking
the,
to you.
the opportunity to talk to you. It was like my birthday gift.
Well, I wish you a happy birthday again and many, many more.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Happy
much,
birthday.
sir. Thank you, Best Defense Foundation, for provide for all of us this opportunity,
It's a
this
great
great
organization.
opportunity to talk to the vets. It's awesome.
Absolutely. We love it. All right.
Thank you,
Cool.
guys. Bye.
All right. See ya.
Oh,
So cool.
All the
Love
way
it.
from Brazil. All the way from Brazil.
All right, let's bring in our buddy from the Netherlands. History secret.
oh, the Netherlands. My buddies there, I hope.
Yeah, this
Oh,
guy Nick has quite a collection.
Oh, what was his name?
Can you
What's
hear
up,
me?
Nick? We can
Hi,
hear
can
you.
you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Nice.
We're trying to hold it down during the pandemic. It's been tough, but we're holding it down as best as we can.
Yeah, we all do.
Are you guys on lockdown there in the Netherlands as well?
Today, actually, since World War II, they are starting a evening clock. I'm not sure how to say that in English, but that's the first time that they're doing that again since World War II, because people are
curfew?
not allowed to be outside anymore.
They're initiating
Curfew?
curfew.
Not,
Wow,
Yeah.
you gotta. They're checking
started
papers
today.
now. Checkpoints.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. First time since World War II.
So
Wow.
it's a historical moment.
That's and they just announced that today?
They were talking about it for a while, but since a couple of days ago, they decided to actually do it, and today it's going to be the first time.
Wow. Wow.
Jeez,
Yeah, it's crazy.
that is crazy.
Wow.
Well,
Well,
hopefully
you
we'll all
are-
get through this. Yeah, hopefully we'll all get through this.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you are
Yeah.
live with Mr. Al Bucci.
Oh wow. That's amazing, because I have huge respect for every single veteran, but the 99th Infantry Division is really special for me, because I once found a dog tag in a forest in Belgium. I'm pretty sure I told that before, and that was also in a position of the 99th Infantry Division, and I've got it actually right here, the dog tag. Let me show you. I've got the certificate with it. And I found this dog tag. I'm not sure if you can see it, if the lighting is okay.
Yeah, we can see it.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Can't read
And
it.
that was from a
Can't read it.
soldier of the 99th Infantry Division, Regiment 395. And he was killed on December 10, 1944, 6 days before the Battle of the Bulge started. And it's just so special to talk with someone who actually was there. And I just want to say I have huge respect for you. And, this is just incredible that we can talk like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Nick, what's the name of the soldier that's on the dog tag?
The soldier's name is Benny Bob Bellamy. And he was only 21 years old when he got killed.
What a great name. Benny
Where was he
Bob
from?
Bellamy.
It's a really nice name.
Sounds like a hip hop like artist.
Yeah.
Bob Bellamy.
Yeah, we adopted his grave, and we go there now and then to bring some flowers. That's really special.
Where is he from?
But he was
Where's he from?
Yeah, where was he from?
from Wood County, Texas.
Oh, okay. Wow.
How did you get that
And-
information?
I can all find that in the database. If you search up the
Okay.
numbers, you can find that.
Okay. And
So that's really nice. I'm also in contact with the family, and that's just something really special.
good.
And you said you also adopted his grave?
Yeah, we adopted he was buried on the American War Cemetery in Henry Chapel in Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Wow.
You've been
Hey, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but what they do in the Netherlands, which is pretty amazing. They have a system called Nick, you can explain it. It's called Adopt a Grave, and you can explain what it is, because we don't have it here in America, but I just think it's a great idea, and hopefully we can kind of bring what you guys are doing out there to America. So if you can explain to Al what it is.
Sure. So every grave right here, it's possible to adopt a grave for a family. So you can sign up and you can adopt someone's grave. So you can go there, you can bring flowers, because of course it's very hard for the family to come over from America all the time and visit the grave. So every single grave has a family and has someone who's taking care of it. And I think that's really, really special. And also at Margraten right now, they are placing pictures of all the soldiers by every single grave. And it's just so personal to take a look at. If you just walk around there on a cold day and you see all those faces, it just makes you silent. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really special. It really is. And I know because our good friend in BDF, a team member, Ralph Peters, is part of the Faces of Margraten project as well. And they didn't do it this past year, obviously, because of COVID, but it's a wonderful, wonderful project. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't there like a waiting list to adopt a grave in Margraten?
Yeah. There are so many people who want to adopt a grave. And that's just a beautiful thing. But there are so many graves still that you can adopt in Henry Chapel, because in Belgium, the system is a little bit different. And a lot of people don't know how to adopt a grave there. But there are still a lot of graves that you can adopt right there.
That's very cool.
Good to know.
Yeah,
we'll let people know that.
Yeah, maybe we can do a campaign and push it out there to get some of the graves there in Henry Chapel.
that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Nick, you should
It
show
sure
some
is.
of your stuff from the Bulge that you have in there.
Well, actually, a couple days ago, I recorded a video of me spending a night in a trench while it was snowing. I just wanted to have that experience.
Oh, wow.
And it's
but hold on. What were you wearing?
well, actually, I've done the video in German and I've done the video American because I want to compare the equipment.
Yeah.
The latest video was German, and you can just feel the overcoats, how warm they were.
Whoa,
but your toes are getting really cold really fast. And I just want to say, man, I have huge respect for you, sir, for being in that situation every day. I mean, I cannot imagine being in a foxhole or in a trench or wherever you are. And it's so cold. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I want to see. I want to see the video. I mean, that would be really cool because, I mean, that's a great thing about living history and reenactment is that you can kind of get a feeling. I mean, you're not actually there, but you can get as close as you can of what they went through, and to stay overnight in a foxhole when it's snowing with the gear that they wore. You can imagine night after night after night and being wet, cold feet, cold hands. I mean, that's amazing. I can't wait to see that video.
When does that video release?
Sorry?
Is that video live now, or are you releasing it later?
It's been released a couple days ago.
Oh, okay. We'll have to get on and check that out.
That's why it's a mess. It's a little bit of a mess right here because I still have to clean everything up. Well, yeah, keeps you busy.
For sure.
Here we got a winter camouflage helmet like they used in the Battle of the Bulge in M1.
A winter camouflage helmet. Did you ever have to wear one of those, Al?
A winter
Al?
camouflage helmet.
Did you ever have to wear the winter helmet?
No.
Oh, okay.
This one is done with chalk. So they used chalk if they did not have any paint. So they had some camouflage. And
so the
I'm
soldiers
pretty sure you recognize this model.
Oh, yeah.
So the soldiers had to do that themselves? They had to camouflage their own helmets?
Yeah, a lot of times if paint was not available, they would use a chalk and limestone. That was available in the Ardennes. So they would mix that, make a paste, and it would make perfect winter camouflage. Because if it starts raining, it just disappears because you don't want to walk around with a white helmet in spring. So it's perfect.
Wow.
Perfect stuff. But that's really interesting.
That's very interesting.
Just use the original material just as they used. And of course, again.
Hey, Al, do you recognize any of that stuff that you see back there?
Got a lot of it.
I know what
He has a lot of stuff. This is his own personal museum at his house, which is amazing.
I see you
Got all the cooking gear.
Oh yeah, little canteen, little mess kit.
Musket, yeah. I just gave that to Flo. And,
Oh, you gave some stuff to Flo?
Flo
Yeah.
Panna.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Good
Flo's a
guy.
good friend of the foundation and a good friend. He's amazing.
Oh,
What he's
wow.
doing right now is
Great
incredible.
guy, Great guy.
He's a great man, great guy,
Got
some
and a
Also,
great
I have
tour
to
guy
mention
too,
it.
and a great tour guide.
Do you remember, sir, that you were ever stationed near Abel in Belgium
That's
before
where
the
we
Battle of the
started from.
Bulge?
That's where we started from.
Yes.
So that is really special. Because-
Let me tell you something. My sergeant said, take the Jeep and take the colonel where he wants to go. From Albo, we took a ride and we drove looking for the infantry and we got lost. And we finally ran into some free Frenchmen.
Okay.
SS flag, the French. And he said, you're behind the German lines. I'll show
Oh,
you how
wow.
to get out.
Oh,
The
geez.
colonel got lost, got us lost. So he showed us how to get out. And I'll never remember that. That's the second day that I was in Europe. That we were almost captured.
It's a good thing you ran into the Free French
didn't do
first.
the damn maps right.
Wow.
We turned left instead of turning right.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
And do you remember digging foxholes around Abel?
I was very fortunate, didn't have to dig foxhole. Just the infantry. I was in the artillery.
Wow. That's really special because I know a location near Abel and that's where I found the dog tag as well. And there are so many foxholes and I'm pretty sure that you have been there as
Yeah.
well.
Well, yeah, we've been there. As a matter of fact, just 2 years ago.
Wow, really?
3 years ago, 2070, right? We were at the Camp Elsenborn all around. The borderline where, yeah.
That is really special.
Luxembourg, Germany.
Gee, what's wrong with me? I
I
can't
don't
think
know,
of
but
names.
think about it.
no, it's all right. No, it's okay. A lot of these memories, going back.
Buchenwald.
Buchenbach, yeah.
Buchenwald,
Yeah, and
Buchenwald, wow.
outside of Erfurt.
yeah. Oh man. Anyway,
We went to Andre Chapelle and Malmedy. We took a whole little tour through. It was quite exciting. And went to the M&M Museum. Have you gone to that museum?
M&M Museum.
M&M Museum?
It's Remember
Remembrance
Museum.
For the 99th.
Oh, okay.
Where's it located at?
I don't think we've ever been there.
It's in, it's north of, it's really close to Henri Chapelle.
Nick, do you know about this museum?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's called Remembrance Museum.
Let me tell you a little bit about this museum. There was a barn that had a company of men in there for the 99th Division. And December 16th, when the war broke out, the Battle of Bulge, those men left and went into combat. And they left all the gear there. They never came back.
Wow.
They were killed or wounded or what. So these people had the stuff, all this equipment there for 2 years and they didn't know what to do with it. And so they decided to make a museum. So the guy made a mannequin and they started displaying stuff in there. He made a tank out of wood. He made a buzz bomb out of wood, and if you've never been there, it's by appointment only. It's a great place to go in there.
M&M Museum. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna look it up.
Check that out for sure.
They made a cake for me. I happened to be there on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Made
That's
a cake
awesome.
with a 99th Insignia on it.
Oh,
Yeah, very nice
That's
people.
awesome.
That's
Nice
beautiful.
people. Real nice people.
oh, that's
Very cool.
great. That's great.
I got one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said you were in the artillery, right?
Right.
Do you remember cannons or AA guns or artillery guns positioned near Abel? howitzers, maybe?
I think, I don't remember setting anything up right there at that particular town. No, we
Okay.
went further north, and then we start.
All right, interesting.
Positions,
Because
yeah.
there is a
But
big
yeah,
forest.
We had a long line of defense there, a long, let's say 21 miles of front.
All right.
And anyway, it's,
Hey, Al, did you use 105s or 155s?
we had both. We had three original 105s and one of 155.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
The division has 105s, but you get attachment from another outfit to attach you in combat 155s.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Had a 927, 924, 370, 371st, 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 and 372nd battalions in the artillery.
Wow.
I got one more question about the position, because I think it's really interesting to talk with someone who was actually there. Do you remember a road through the forest where a lot of vehicles were driving, tanks and trucks?
The road
Maybe.
that you're talking about, there's another road side by side,
Mm-hmm.
not a highway, but a road where during the Battle of Bulge on that road you're talking about, we retreated that road, and the Germans parallel to that line were going the same directions the same night.
All right.
Do you remember
Wow.
that? Did you read about that?
Yeah.
Okay. We were both
Wow.
in the same direction.
What was the name of that road? You remember what you guys called it?
I was in the middle of the road there with my switchboard, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Everything was dark and
of course. Yeah, of course. I thought maybe they might have had a name for it.
Interesting.
Wow.
yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Nick,
Really
it's
good.
always great to see you and see your collection and
Nice
hear from
collection.
your knowledge
Oh,
from that part of the world for sure.
It's a great
All
collection for sure. Hopefully we get out there soon. Looks like May right now. So we're planning for May for Liberation Day, but we'll see if it's going to happen or not. Right now it's 50-50, so we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully we'll get out there and we'll just have to wait and see.
I really hope so.
Nice talking
We
to you,
do
Nick.
too.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, Nick.
All
good
right.
to see
Take
you.
care. And thank you for your time.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
See ya.
He's got mannequins too.
All right, Al, did you enjoy that?
That was nice.
I think this is a good time to give it a stop here for the day. Al, you it was so cool to hear about your story, to hear just all the knowledge you have and stuff that you remembered. Like, we appreciate so much what you did. Just to reiterate what everybody said today, we appreciate you. We're so glad that you're here with us to be able to talk and to just immortalize your story and to just hear what you went through, and to thank you personally. It just means so much to us.
Appreciate this show too. I didn't get to say, but what the place that he was talking about, the woods, what's it called?
Ardennes.
The
Ardennes.
I took my family there, my grandson, Carol, and all, through the area where the gun emplacements were, and where the action started on December the 16th. I took them all through there while I was over there 3 years ago.
Wow.
And-
What was that like? What was that like for you?
And what?
What was that like for you?
Well, it was
I'm sure
nice.
a lot of memories are going back
It was
in-
nice feeling. It was nice feeling in a way, but the Ardennes had some wildflower there and weeds and stuff like that. Trim. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, Carol made a 5x7 portrait or a picture of the Ardennes, and I have it home on the mantelpiece from the Ardennes. Story. It was really nice. So
That's
it's a
great.
reminder of
Oh, that's
work,
nice.
Wow.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Was that your first time coming back since the war?
Time and effort and all to go through. And I'm sorry that we couldn't do a lot last year because I didn't want to get near people that had
Oh, for sure.
this and that.
Same here.
Yeah, neither did we.
I think all of us are in the same boat. We're all in that same boat.
My orders were to stay clear of everybody, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you guys are great. You guys are great. You're doing a magnificent job. It's great. And you guys want to read that book I was telling you about?
Oh, for sure.
The Longest Winter. Read that.
Yeah, we'll add it to this this Zoom call on the bottom in our notes for people to read more about the 99th for sure.
I have a couple books.
Yeah, it's a couple of books.
We have a
Yeah.
couple books.
Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you can see this or not. Can you?
Battle
you
Baby.
Can you see this?
Hold it up a little bit.
Up
A
this
little
way?
higher.
There you go.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Those guys there are from the 99th Division. And then one guy, he was a retired pastor. He organized a bunch of guys from the 99th, about 30 of us. And we used to march in the Memorial Day Parade in
Write it
Washington,
down,
D.C. every year. And unfortunately, 2 years ago, he passed away. And this one guy in the black hat is in California. Him and I are the only two left out of 30 guys. that
What's
used
his name in California? Where's he at?
Wilbert Young. And so he went there. He's from the Washington area, but he went there to stay with his daughter because he was ill. You know, he's about my age.
Oh, okay.
What part
Remember
of California is he in?
Museum.
Yeah, remember museum. And what's it? 3945.
Okay, so the M&M Museum's name is Remember Museum 39 to 45.
Okay.
And it's above Normandy. It's near, I'm trying to remember this town that it's in. Aumale-Chapelle. It's like 10 minutes from Aumale-Chapelle.
Okay. Well,
And it's
Yeah.
run by two, a husband and a wife, and they're known as M&M. They're south and
Oh, that's why it's M&M Museum. I got you.
You said M&M Museum, like I'm thinking of the M&M Museum in Las Vegas. Like I thought.
Yeah, or the one in London.
I've been to M&M Museum, but
they're so knowledgeable, and we learned so much from them while they were there. And they, go ahead.
And they kept in correspondence with us for many, many years. We had an organization, the 99th Association, for about 40 years.
Yeah.
And communicate by transatlantic communication from, let's say, Louisiana to Europe. And they talked on the phone several times, and they were very good people. And they also came and visited us when we had the organization. Of course, we no longer have it because we couldn't afford it. You know, too many people
Right.
passed away and not
Yeah.
enough numbers. But they were great people. You want to try and get contact them.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, hey, just to echo what Austin said, Al, thank you so much for your service and sacrifice towards this country. We're ever so grateful, and we're so happy that you're able to share your story of yourself and also your fellow brothers that are no longer here to share their story. That's why it's important that we continue to do this and we share the history, and we have the next generation that's keeping the legacy and history alive. So this has been wonderful. We'll love to do it again with you if you enjoyed your time today. But I just want to say thank you from the Best Defense Foundation, all of us. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
for sure. And hopefully we'll get to see you in person soon.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
of yourselves.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for
Thank you,
joining,
Bill.
everyone.
Okay.
Bye.